What really happened the moment Jungkook finally opened his eyes? How did Taehyung react when he saw him smile again after days of silence and fear? Could this be the emotional reunion armies around the world have been waiting for? Stay until the end, leave your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe if you believe healing is possible even after the darkest storms. It began with a whisper, faint, fragile, and almost lost in the hum of the hospital room. The moment Jungkook's fingers twitched, Taehyung's world stopped. Days had passed since the terrifying break-in at Jungkook's house, an event that left not only his body shaken, but his heart scarred in ways words could barely describe. For armies around the world, every second since that night felt like a lifetime. But on this day, a day filled with quiet prayers and trembling hope, Jungkook finally woke up, and no one expected it to happen so soon. The doctors had said he needed time, both physically and emotionally, to recover from the trauma of being violated in his own home, a place once filled with laughter, music, and soft late-night melodies. Yet as the sunlight streamed gently through the curtains, his eyes opened, slow and uncertain, searching for something or perhaps someone. And when he saw Taehyung sitting by his side, holding his hand as if afraid to let go, a weak but real smile appeared on his lips. "Hyung, are you really here?" Jungkook's voice cracked, fragile like a whisper carried by wind. Taehyung didn't answer at first. He simply stared, tears welling up in his eyes, disbelief and relief crashing into each other all at once. For days he had stayed by that bedside, watching, praying, talking softly to someone who couldn't respond. He had promised Jungkook he wouldn't leave, not this time, not after everything that happened. The moment was heavy with emotion. Cameras weren't there, but if they had been, the sight of Taehyung burying his face into Jungkook's shoulder, trembling and crying uncontrollably, would have broken the internet within seconds. This wasn't just friendship, this was brotherhood, a bond forged through years of laughter, pain, and unspoken understanding. "Don't ever scare me like that again," Taehyung managed to say through his tears, voice shaking. Jungkook smiled faintly, his hand lifting to wipe the tears that wouldn't stop flowing down Taehyung's cheeks. "I'm sorry, Hyung," he said, his tone so soft it almost disappeared under the sound of his heart monitor. "I didn't mean to make you cry." For a moment, neither of them spoke. The silence between them was not empty. It was full of gratitude, full of memories, full of emotions too deep to describe. When Jungkook was found days ago after the traumatic break-in, the world had been thrown into chaos. Fans flooded social media with prayers, candlelight vigils, and trending hashtags that reached every corner of the world. Hashtag Stay Strong Jungkook and hashtag We Love You Taehyung dominated the trends for days, uniting millions in shared concern and hope. The break-in had been more than just a crime. It was an invasion of safety, of trust, of peace. The thought that someone could enter Jungkook's personal space, his sanctuary, left both the members and fans shaken. Jungkook, once known for his strength and calm, had fallen into a state of fear and withdrawal. He refused to speak. He flinched at sudden noises. He couldn't sleep. It wasn't just physical, it was emotional. A deep scar left on his soul, but Taehyung never left his side. Not once. Even when managers asked him to rest, he refused. "I'll rest when he smiles again," he said simply. Those who knew him knew he meant it. The two had always shared a special bond, something fans lovingly called Taehyung, a friendship that went beyond stage lights and cameras. And now in this quiet hospital room, that bond shone brighter than ever before. When Jungkook opened his eyes fully, the first thing he saw wasn't the machines or the sterile white walls. It was Taehyung's tear-stained face and trembling hands. The younger man's voice, weak but determined, broke through the silence. "Hyung, it's okay now. I'm not afraid anymore." Those words hit Taehyung like a wave. He laughed through his tears, shaking his head. "You idiot," he said softly, pulling Jungkook into a hug so tight it seemed he might never let go. "You can't say that when I'm the one who's been terrified." Outside the room, the members waited, Jimin pacing nervously, arms speaking quietly with the doctor, Jin clasping his hands together in silent prayer, and Suga standing near the door, trying to look calm even though his eyes were red. When Taehyung finally opened the door and said, "He's awake," the hallway erupted into muffled cries and disbelief. Jimin ran in first, tears streaming down his face, throwing his arms around both of them. The reunion was something words can barely capture. The laughter, the tears, the relief that rippled through everyone like sunlight after a long storm. Jungkook, though still weak, managed a soft chuckle. "You all look like you've been crying for days," he teased, his tone light for the first time in what felt like forever. Suga smiled faintly. "We have," he said simply. "Don't do that to us again, Magne." As the news spread, armies across the globe flooded social media with messages of love, gratitude, and overwhelming emotion. "He's awake," trended within minutes. Videos of fans crying, hugging, and celebrating filled timelines everywhere. Some even gathered outside HYB headquarters with banners that read, "Welcome back, Jungkook." HYB later released a brief statement confirming Jungkook's improving condition, thanking fans for their endless support and assuring them that he would take time to recover at his own pace. But what moved fans most wasn't the official words, it was the raw, emotional video that surfaced online shortly after. A short clip of Taehyung holding Jungkook's hand, whispering, "You're safe now," as tears rolled down both their faces. The clip, though only a few seconds long, broke millions of hearts and mended them at the same time. It was more than a video. It was a symbol of healing, of friendship, of resilience. Even after the trauma, Jungkook's spirit began to shine again. He started to smile more, speak more, and even hum softly under his breath. A melody Taehyung later recognized as one of their old songs from their trainee days. "He's coming back," Taehyung said in an interview days later, his voice soft but hopeful. "Slowly but surely, he's learning to breathe again." But what really broke everyone was Jungkook's message to fans during a private live stream, days after being discharged. Sitting in a dimly lit room, his hair slightly messy, he looked straight into the camera and said, "I was scared. I really was. But I realized that I wasn't alone. You all never left me, and Taehyung, thank you for being my strength." He paused, eyes glistening. "I won't let fear win. Not anymore." Those words echoed around the world, reaching millions who had prayed for his recovery. Fans commented endlessly, some saying they cried watching it, others saying it inspired them to heal from their own trauma. The video ended with a smile, the kind of smile only Jungkook could give, soft yet strong. A promise that he would rise again. So here we are, witnessing the rebirth of a soul once broken, now learning to fly again. The world may remember the trauma, but ARMY will remember this moment. The day Jungkook opened his eyes, saw Taehyung, and smiled through his tears. If you believe that love and friendship can heal even the deepest wounds, show your support below. Leave a comment for Jungkook. Share your message of love. And don't forget to like and subscribe to keep this moment alive. Because sometimes a story like this isn't just about pain, it's about hope, resilience, and the power of never giving up. Because in the end, even after the darkest nights, the sun still rises, and so did Jungkook. The days following Jungkook's awakening felt like a gentle sunrise after a long, endless night. Every corner of the BTS dorm seemed to breathe again. Laughter slowly replacing silence, warmth chasing away the lingering shadows of fear. The members who had once whispered prayers now shared quiet jokes, soft smiles, and long wordless embraces. It was as if the universe itself had paused to witness this miracle of healing.